welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. Delighted, as always, to be joined by Conah Walker, who takes on Lewis Ritson in Birmingham on the 30th of November. Conah, good to be joined by you. Interviewed you in, I think it was Belfast earlier this year, ahead of your fight against Lloyd Jermaine, which went well. But yeah, really thankful for your time. How are you?
Yes, mate, I'm all good. How are you?
Yeah, can't complain, can't complain. Get right into it. Your fight against Lewis Ritson. He's been around a little while now. Thoughts on him as an opponent? There are some people who think he's kind of past his best. He's had some losses, but he's lost against good fighters. What are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, look, I've prepared for the best lose Ritson, mate, to be honest. You know, the thing is with boxers, you never know when it's either their last rodeo or, their new lease of life because we're all like, one fight away from securing the bag, aren't we? That's the bottom line. So, he could have had a blinding camp and he might have a blinding night. So I've prepared for the best Lewis Ritson. And look, he's done everything in boxing. So I've got to respect him, and I've got to respect what he can do. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for it. Yeah,
Yeah, no, of course he's achieved a lot in the sport, and as I've said, when you look at kind of who he's lost to, he's lost to good fighters. Couldn't resist but have a little stalk of your Instagram page earlier today, Connor. I think you mentioned about not leaving this one to the judges. So I know you're aiming to just to stop Lewis in a couple of weeks' time. I know we've seen in your previous fights you hold power as well. Do you obviously boxers are competitive people. Do you want to stop Lewis Ritson quicker than others have, i.e. Paddy Donovan? Do you see that kind of as a challenge? That something you want to do?
for me, there's no competition. I've got to win, and I've got to look good winning. That's all it is for me to do because a win for me sets up a massive 25. But I'm aware that there's going to be people watching, and I'm putting the pressure on myself to make a statement. Yeah, definitely. But look, for me, I just want to look good. I want to get the win and push on for a big 2025. But I do believe that I believe that I've got what it takes to get rid of him and get rid of him in style. I know he's a tough man, so I'm not going to be, I'm not going to come running in throwing bombs. I'm going to break him down, and whether I get rid of him earlier than other people or it goes to the judges, I'm happy just to get the win. But I'm in real good shape, and you know I love nothing more than a tear up. So if he's up for a tear up, it's gonna be a fan friendly fight.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. Where does this fight put you, Connor? Um, I want to kind of get on to future plans, future aspirations, but where does this fight put you in terms of kind of your plans for 2025 and the big fights this could lead to?
Um, it all depends on what's out there and what's available. I've fought the people that no one wanted to fight, and I've been B side, and I've done my apprenticeship now. I'm ready for the big boys. I'm ready for the big nights, and I've proved where I'm at now. So I want the big names and the big nights, and whatever they throw at me. I never turn down a fight. But next year it's got to be the right fights for me, and you know I'm excited to see what's on offer and what's on the table because I think I've done enough now to get the big nights, and I feel like I deserve them.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
whatever they throw at me, mate, really, I'm happy to see what it is, and we've got plans with me and Sam. I'm with Sam Jones now, and everything that he sends me or says we're looking to do next year. I'm all for, man. There's some great opportunities out there for me, and it all just depends what materializes.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, hopefully a big I mean, I feel like it's been good to see you active this year, from the beginning of the year to the end of it, and yeah, obviously really hope to see the same for 2025 as well. I wanted to ask about Lewis Crocker as well, Connor. Fantastic fight last time out, one of the best fights to take place in the UK this year. Um, is that a fight? Is that do you want that rematch? Is that in your plans at all? Does it kind of yeah, does it kind of does is that when you kind of speak to Sam and speak to the rest of your team, is that a fight that gets mentioned at all?
Yes, of course. Sorry, someone's just trying to call me. Let me just get rid of that. Sorry. Yes, of course, mate. It's Are you still there?
Yeah, all good, mate, all good.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, of course, mate. Listen, I want that fight. It's a fight that I need to get that win. Which I thought I was deserved of first time round, but as boxers, we want to avenge losses, and I think it'll put me see that ranking what he's got. That's that when we was fighting for my belt, and obviously my ranking, I was ranked number 5 in the world in the WBA, and he was like he's number 2 in the UK, and I think 13 in all the governing bodies. So me beating him I would have been one step away from being number 1 in the UK, which has always been one of my plans. Obviously, something that I've always wanted to do and be. So, that would have put me where I need to be to challenge for the world titles, the big fights. I was in a real good position. I've just got stripped to that, and now I've got to get a win and then push on. Do you know what I mean? So, um, they're fighting they should be fighting in the new year, from what I can gather. And I want the winner with him and Paddy Donovan.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about that. That's definitely a fight I want. Whoever wins that, I think I deserve that fight. But I'm not going to be stopping waiting around for them.
yeah,
I want to fight 3 4 times a year. That's I like to stay active, and I think my activities, my activity and momentum is what's winning me these fights.
yeah. Yeah, no, of course, that's a good point. No, look, yeah, as you've said, it looks like the Lewis Grock Paddington fight is going to happen. So we'll kind of wait an announcement on that. What's obviously, I think one person who is in your weight division may not fight in your weight division in this next fight is Conor Ben. Conor, what do you think? I'm just interested to hear your thoughts on what he can do, because obviously he's had this period when he's not fought in the UK for a long time. There's question marks over how good he is. How have you sparred Conor Ben? How well do you know him? How highly do you rate him, and what do you think he can do?
Yeah, I've sparred Conor Ben. We've done a few rounds, to be fair. Yeah, he's good. He's a talented lad. I'll get on with Conor Ben. We talk quite regular. Um, I think he's deservedly at the top. You know, he's just obviously he's had his couple of years out. He's just got to get back in the mix and go for it. Do you know what I mean? He's just like the rest of us. We're all just striving to get where he is, and be that position. He's obviously got Chris Eubank to deal with, which I think that could be a great fight, because I do think Chris is looking older now,
Hmm.
and I think he's getting him at the right time. And obviously, it's the massive grudge match. So I'm rooting for him for that. And I'd love to get on the undercard to that. So that's another option. If I got on the undercard to that, I'd love to take Harlem Eubank on the undercard to that. And give him his first defeat and up at welterweight. So that would be another good fight I'd like. But yeah, Conor Ben's he's not bad. He's a good fighter.
Yeah, no, fantastic. It's yeah, look, obviously if that fight does go ahead, would love to see you on the card that on the undercard. That'd be fantastic. Just to finish up, Connor's got a couple more. Obviously you're working with Sam Jones now. There was obviously a viral clip that went live of him a couple of weeks ago, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
interested to know, seeing as he is your manager, just your reaction to that, really.
Yeah, I think it was definitely sort of blown out of context because he wasn't with Jack at the time. And listen, you say things to make fights. That's what you do, don't you? Do you know what I mean? That's he's just being a manager. And that's all I can say. You know, you say things to make fights. People say they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. You know, whatever people say, it's not going to change the result, is it? But it's sort of just tongue in cheek for me, to be honest. That is, it's part of the sport and stuff around it. To be honest,
Yeah, for sure. I think in my opinion, I do think it's been forgotten about fairly quickly. Is what it is. Great. I think yeah. I just did want to get your prediction for the main event on November the 30th. That's all right, Connor. I think yeah, lots of yeah. I think most people are saying Sonny Edwards. Yeah, but interested to see what your prediction is a couple of weeks out.
um, I don't see in all for if I'm to be honest, I think that pro boxing is a different sport to amateur boxing. Sonny's been at the top level, and he's done it. He's beat the guys. Um, So I am leaning towards Sonny to be fair, but I'm completely aware that both lads are really highly talented and they're both at the top of their game. I'm excited for the fight, but I'm leaning more towards Sonny to be
Yeah,
fair. But like I say, like I'm not taking nothing away from Yafai. I think he's an amazing boxer, and I think he's definitely got the attributes to win the fight. So like I'm saying it can go either way, but I'm leaning towards Sonny.
yeah. No, it's a fantastic fight. But I'm sure you've yeah got more important things to focus on that evening. Final one from me, Con. I think the when this video goes out, it will be pretty much a month away from the big rematch between Fury and Usyk. We all saw what happened back in May. Just finally, do you think Tyson Fury can win this rematch?
I think he definitely can. Like again, he's got all the attributes to win the rematch. He's just with me and my coach just talking about it. Has all them, massive fights with Wilder, just took the stuffing out of him a bit. I just, it takes a toll on your body, especially when you're that big.
Mm.
It's a big old weight to lump around, and the camps are probably going to get harder and harder. And Usyk, he doesn't look like he's aging. You know what I mean? And he lives a life. He's that sort of guy. So Tyson can definitely win the fight. He's just got to be exceptional on the night, is
Yeah,
what I think.
yeah. All right. Well, we'll leave it there. I don't want to take up any more of your time. Conor Walker, thank you very much for your time. All the best for 30th
Nice one. Thank you very
November,
much.
and we'll speak to you again soon.
Nice one. Cheers, mate. Thanks.